So this year, I really wanted to think about, I want to bring the fun back for kiddos. I want the kiddos to have more than just a performance. We're gonna improve your performance on a test. That's not engaging for students, right? And I know curriculum has shifted in a great way to put more of a lift on the students, which is what we want, but the kids are drowning in the lift without an endpoint to kind of motivate them through it, right? The endpoint's a test on some level, it seems like, it feels like at the classroom level. So we are this year taking on the task. We are paired up with Seedlings, which is a wonderful organization in Connecticut. We're paired up here with Defined Learning, and we have Dave hooked us up with one of the Open Syed authors, which Christie Lathrop, the other Christie that I thought was me earlier. And we are trying to take on the monumental task of taking a 7th grade unit that we wanted to shift, being able to make that like, we can take this and shift it to another grade level, taking a 7th grade unit, shifting it to the 6th grade, which is their ecology unit, and rewriting the Open Syed unit, which was centered around orangutans, and making it make sense for students in Connecticut, which is the Long Island Sound, right? There's not a better ecology for, so taking that Seedlings place-based learning, that's really important for students to get engaged within their own space, that they are able to experience firsthand on a field trip, going out there and looking at this and knowing that it's their community, and what they're learning and what they ultimately do impacts their community. But it gives them something to be accountable for on presentation levels, having that ability at the end of a unit to say, all right, you are going to learn these. We are rewriting this so that it makes more sense to you. And at the end, you have an accountability to share what you've learned within the community that you just learned about, right? Which kind of adds that extra layer of engagement on for them. So it's not an easy task. We started it at the beginning of the year. We're teaching the unit at the end of this year. So we will be taking this entire year just to try to conquer this one unit. But it's a really exciting process, and what I'm hoping to get out of it and share eventually is how you can take a defined learning task, use it as a framework that launches and wraps a standard curriculum program, right? That you're able to teach all the things you need, but you launched it, and the Open Syed launches aren't terrible in and of themselves. The phenomena aren't terrible, but that endpoint, I want that endpoint to be something that carries them through when tasks become really dense, when things become really hard. And then they have that motivator like, yes, but this is where I'm going. It's not about how I'm gonna perform on an assessment. It's not about how I'm gonna perform on the NGSS state test at the end of the year. This is about the fact that I'm going to be creating a podcast that's going to be listened to at the Maritime Aquarium over a short period of time, and I want to make sure that I've done my best job. And that's the sort of engagement that kids need.